Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Make Sense America. Today, we're going forward with a little bit of some information about Letitia James. Not so much as what she does for a living, but what's really been in question lately is where she's come up with this net worth. Before we get started, do us a favor, like, share, and subscribe. And if you're like me, you like to add comments along the way, and we appreciate it if you do. But let's get into the real story here. Letitia James has a career currently as the Attorney General of New York City. Now, it's not how she started out. She started out as public defender. She went through college, all the things that everybody normally does, and she's been a public servant through the rest of her career. She's done some really good things. She's helped out a lot of people. She's done a lot of things for New Yorkers, The main thing is, in recent years, she's come up to have a net worth of $15 million. This is a little bit concerning. Now, we're going to get into that in just a second. I'm going to go ahead and roll a clip real fast. We want to show you something. It's real important. So let's do the clip.
Good morning, everyone. This morning we will hear from Ivanka Trump, who will be our last witness on our case on direct in our case against Donald Trump, her brothers, and the Trump Organization. Ivanka Trump secured, negotiated loans to obtain favorable terms based on fraudulent statements of financial condition. And she will attempt today to distance herself from the company. But unfortunately, the facts will reveal that, in fact, she was very much involved. We uncovered this scheme, and she benefited from it personally. Ms. Trump will do all that she can to try to separate herself from this corporation, but she's inextricably tied to the Trump Organization and to these properties that she helped secure financing for. So you cannot hide from the truth, and the facts will belie the truth.
Did you notice what happened at the end there? How we kind of focused in on her? The reason being is, if you notice the way she was speaking, all those words, the ums, the little bit of uncertainty that was showing there, that shows somebody that normally is hiding something. That's actually an FBI technique that they've proven. When they start noticing that type of behavior, it means that someone has something to hide. Now, I'm not saying she has something to hide when it comes to Donald Trump. This isn't about Donald Trump. This is about Letitia James. When you go through your career and you're a public servant, you start out as a public defender and you work your way up. You run for mayor at one point in time, and at the time you're an assistant attorney general for the city of New York. To be able to come up with $15 million net worth seems a little bit outlandish. We've been doing a lot of investigating on this, and we can't seem to figure out where she's coming up with this amount of money. Now, you might say, well, because you're going after the left. No, we're not going after the left. Matter of fact, we like Democrats just fine. We don't like corruption. Doesn't make sense. And we seem to be finding more and more people that continuously go after Donald Trump seem to get richer. Isn't it amazing? You ever notice the people that have had a lot to do with things that are against Donald Trump always seem to come up wealthy? Anyway, let's get back to this. Letitia's done a great job. She's sued Lyft and Uber, came out, won the case for $328 million. Now she's going after PepsiCo and trying to, basically because their bottles are littered all over New York. Personally, I've never seen a Pepsi truck driving down the street throwing bottles all over the place, but, that's just me. Maybe I wasn't paying attention. Either way, we're going to move forward with one more clip, and this has a lot to do with someone's credibility. So let's go ahead and roll this secondary clip real fast. See what you think.
I'd like to call our next witness, Donald Trump, who certainly needs no introduction. Your fame and reputation precede you, Donald. We're very happy to have you here. We know you to be very frank and outspoken, and you've had extensive experience, not only in large real estate developments, but also in sports and gaming and entertainment industries. And I'm glad you're able to make it here this morning, and appreciate your your waiting and being so patient as you have been. So we welcome you, especially to listen and learn from your experiences, as we know you've been very much involved in regard to this credit crunch that we have before our nation today. So you may proceed in any way that's comfortable with you.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Sure.
Now, we never intended to get to the point where Donald Trump actually speaks. He wasn't the president back then. That clip was 32 years ago, this November. If you notice, that's a committee calling him in for his expertise on credit and what's going on with the economy. And if you watch that full thing, go ahead, find it on YouTube, Google it. If you watch that whole thing, they start talking to him about how to bring up the economy. What's his opinion on getting America back? Because we were having a crunch at the time and finances were getting bad and people weren't buying buildings. There wasn't a lot of construction going on in New York and things of that nature. Now, they were calling him in for his expertise. So now we go back to Letitia James saying that President Trump lied about his net worth. He lied about the valuation of his properties. Donald Trump has been on display for most of our lifetimes. He's been in the public for as long as I can remember. He's never hidden where his money came from. But it seems that Letitia is having a hard time showing where her money comes from because she didn't come to it from an inheritance. She's one of 8 children, and it actually shows, if you Google it, that she came into $20,000 through an inheritance. So our point being is, it's something that we really need to pay attention to and help make sense, America, because this isn't making sense. People that continuously go after other people, whether it be Trump, it doesn't matter who, they all seem to be coming up rich, and we need to figure out why. We need to start actually looking into more and more indictments. We need to start looking into who these people are and stop sitting back on the sidelines and just letting it all happen. And then we wait for it to come out and we watch the next day. Oh, look what happened here. Why are we not helping get in front of this? Defend some of the people that we actually think are doing a good job in this country instead of watching other people go down. Look at Matt Gaetz, how he went after the House Speaker and got him ousted. What did McCarthy do to get ousted? Has anybody even paid attention to any of that? Or are they just saying, oh, Gaetz was just wanting somebody else in there because he didn't like McCarthy? Actually, there's a big thing that's coming up. It's actually going to be in one of our next stories. So we'll get to that at another day. For now, we're going to ask you, like, share, and subscribe. Add some comments at the bottom. Let us know how things are going. We really appreciate you, and we look forward to seeing you next time. Take care.